we're talking about right now is going to be life after graduation. You're on your journey to success. Is your glass half full? Do you feel optimistic? Do you feel pessimistic about it? After we graduate, where are we deciding to go after this? What defines success? What do y'all think defines success? If you had to think, what is success? What would you say it would be? Happiness. Money. Anybody else?
Being content in what you're doing.
Being content in what you're doing. Those are excellent because a lot of people think about that. They think about money. They think about having a hot wife. Well, that's me at least. And then, just having a good, well-rounded family to be able to support that family, to live in a good location, to know that financially when we retire that we're going to be happy and we're going to feel good about ourselves. There we go. Get a little bit more. Get them out in the open there. And I want y'all to pay attention to these bubbles because these are going to be a perfect part of my example. So when you look at these bubbles here, what we think about here is the protective covering that's over them right now. But what are these bubbles eventually going to do? They're eventually going to burst. So what I was thinking about is inside of those, that's our comfort zone that we're in right now. We don't need to stay inside the box all the time. We need to be able to go and stretch a little bit and get out of that comfort zone. But what if you're trying to get out and there's no way to get out of there? Well, one thing to do is just you need to make sure that you can burst that bubble. Then I came here to college, and then I decided that I wanted to go into electronic media broadcasting. I wanted to be on Channel 7 News. Me and for some of us, we know Tom Crabtree or someone like that. I wanted to be with those guys with the Doppler 7 Storm Team. But they started talking to me about it, and they said that I need to get rid of my accent. I don't have an accent, but that's what they said. So they were wrong and I was right, and I knew that I was right. But yet still I decided that maybe I should get out of that. So I was like, so what am I going to do now? And so now here I am in organizational public communication. And so I'm getting ready to graduate. And any of y'all know how many times, like say from the ages of 20 to 40, how many times you're going to change your career plans?
Every 5 years.
Every 5 years? Anybody else? They say that this 2007, in 2007, they said from ages 20 to 40, probably 10 times you'll probably change your career. So we have to be prepared for change in every way. Is there things right now, when you go back to your dorm, when you go back to your apartment, what are you putting your energy into? Is it watching a lot of TV? Is it making sure that maybe our resumes can look a little bit better? Is it trying to go and do something good for someone? One step at a time. You bless others, they'll bless you too. That's exactly how it's going to be. You've always seen that the ones that go and they make the most out of life, the ones that are the nicest, you know those guys, like, man, everybody knows him. They're the nicest ones, yet still, that's the ones that you don't sit back and relax. You see them because they're making things happen. When they should be studying, they are studying. When they should be doing the right thing, they are doing the right thing. And that's what is a good blessing is all about. There's all kinds of uncertainties in life that's going to happen to us, and we've got to be prepared for it. And so adversity is going to come, but a ship can't just stay at the harbor. We can't just stay in this comfort zone the whole time. And so I'm telling you right now that for me, this is not my comfort zone to be trying to get a whole group coming. I felt awkward enough. I've got a couple of posters out there. I felt a little bit awkward putting those things up because people were looking at me and saying, Matthew Short, you know what awkward is? Sometimes I do feel a little awkward sometimes. But yet still, I went and I decided to take my ship and I went out to sea a little bit and I went and I put those posters up and people actually commented on them. And so, yet still, that makes me feel good. I don't see them in the audience right now, but yet still they commented on them and that makes me feel pretty good. The thing is, don't put that mountain of uncertainty in front of you. Don't put that stumbling block there. What are stumbling blocks for? Only to make you stronger in the end. Because remember that indecision is a decision. No preparation, no opportunity. And so we think about these things is that we want to be able to not put some type of a mountain in front of us. We want to be able to go around that mountain. We want to be able to say, you know what, I see these waves in front of me. I see them crashing all around, but yet still, I'm going to make it to the next stop. I'm going to make it no matter what. And that's what I like to see is people that don't give up. Never give up, never surrender, they say. And I say amen to that because when the mountain is high, Isn't the valley low sometimes? So sometimes you got to go down in there. But when you climb back up to the top, you can see what you've been through. You have examples now to show other people, to help them out. We don't give up. That's one thing that I will not do. When I graduate, you're going to see me sometime because I'm not going to go and just be lost in a sea of faces. I do realize that the distance that we're seeing, it seems like a long way away because we got a few years more before we graduate. Maybe we got 3-4 more years to graduate. But yet still, we're trying to make things happen right now. Right now is what we're wanting to see. But there is a journey that can be even greater, but at a much shorter distance. And so when we think about it, it looks like this, is that on the average person, some of you probably have heard of it, is that it's about 18 inches. And it's from your mind to your heart. And that's about probably one of the shortest, best journeys that you need to make sure that you go to, is your heart and your mind in the same place. Because what you're feeling here needs to go to here. And so that's what drives us. That's what makes sure that we make things happen. And so with looking at that, we can end in a good sentence as far as saying with Mr. Jones Laughlin, and he said, as the want gets stronger, the how gets easier. Thanks for coming, guys.